No cowardly, punctified leader will lead this new generation of young black men and women. Your day of leading them is finished.
Peace and Black Power. This is Brother Reggie. I am representing from Black News 102's, SaneterTv, and my own work that I do. And I'm happy to be on PeopleVS. And this is exciting because I'm able to build with, we're going across the lines using this digital technology to build with brothers and sisters in the UK. And I want to say something very special. One of my best professors was from the UK. His name is Edward Vivian Dalrymple Scobie. He was from Dominica originally, became a World War II pilot for the Royal Air Force and was a bomber, right? And ultimately ended up becoming a Pan-Africanist, and he was part of the first Pan-African conferences. So he knew George Padmore, he knew Kwame Nkrumah, and he came there with his Royal Air Force uniform. Why? Because the black world was exploding, they were releasing colonialism, and that the black world, the African world, needed skilled people. So why I'm talking to PeopleVS is because today is not really about just our color of our skin. It's not about that. It's not if you light or you dark. It's not how much melanin you have, right? What it is your skill set and your love for your people. Now, I'm talking to an age group of anywhere from 12 until an elder. That's the age group. Why? Because we are all personnel in this war to save African lives all over the world. And it's not really a choice. See, you can be swag, you can wear your clothes and your chains and all that and be on do your dance steps and your raps and all of that. But it's got to save African lives, because otherwise we're wasting time. We're happy that there's an explosion of information in the Americas, right? Because we need it. But the funny thing about it is, when we talk about the Mendu Necha, when we talk about reparations, when we talk about black power, a lot of that started in the UK. It is so funny, we had a debate yesterday dealing with the black Hebrew Israelites and the so-called Cometics. I'm not a Kemetic. I'm an African that studies classical African civilization and understands our best culture. But I was debating some young people, and I'm older than they are, so it's really an unfair advantage, that they are King James Bible believers in America. They call themselves the Black Hebrews. Now just think about this one. They are King James Bible believers, and where did the King James Bible come from? It came from Oxford, it came from Cambridge. It was, King James was the patron. They're dealing with information that belongs to you. We need your scholarship, we need your skill sets. You can't sit by and let people take on your own culture. We do the Meta Necha, but we are so thankful for Thomas Young and Champollion for helping us understand it after it was stolen by other groups of people and deleted. We're so happy about the tradition, but the tradition is funny because once the Meta Necha was discovered and you have Wallace Budge, you have Martin Delaney, people from America communicating with blacks in Britannia, giving us the information, saying that, look, the Meta Necha has been discovered. They're saying that it's black people, they're trying to hide it. What are you black Americans gonna do? We're gonna say, it's okay, this is extraordinary, thank you so much. So there's these conversations between us. Before it was by letter, now it's by YouTube. I'm saying to the black youth of UK, this is not a choice. It's not really a decision. Your lives depend on getting a skill set. It doesn't matter if you go to a white university. It does not matter. The fact of the matter is that we are more than 60 years behind. We like air conditioning. We like light switches. We like jewelry. We like all the condiments, but guess what? We in the UK, in the Caribbean, and in America, we can't reproduce it. We belong through human trafficking, and human trafficking is a very important part of my work. And I have to say this in about a few minutes, right? I am a reparations expert. Think of me as a Nile Valley, but I had a good education from black scholars. I have studied from the point of Queen Elizabeth and Al-Mansur having a pact, right? Al-Mansur, the Moroccan, who they call a Moor, having a pact to fight against Spain and Portugal, right? To take and seize the New World with the black armies that Al-Mansur created, the black slaves. This tradition ultimately lit a fire to the Spain and Portugal because they were the leaders of the transatlantic slave trade, because the Moors, the so-called Moroccans, ultimately lost to Spain and Portugal. And that created Prince Henry the Navigator and this whole European age of discovery, right? These are things that we have to understand. We have to understand history, because we have to reinsert ourselves in history. We've been written out of history, so that when you're written out of history, you can't get the treasures of history. So now, the reason why I'm telling you all of this is because there's this big fight now in the UK and in the Caribbean islands about reparations for slavery. The fact of the matter is that, you know, Europe was very slick. Europe wanted to end the chattel slavery. One is because the other European countries were competing against Europe, and they saw that the strength was in the slave trade. So Europe, particularly Britain, decided to end the slave trade when, from Queen Elizabeth to King James, and so forth and so on, established slavery. So then they turned around and then they wanted to end slavery, but not because of us, but because of the competition of other Europeans. The Belgians, right? The people from the Brandenburg Germans, all the others, Europeans that were waking up. They talk about the gold rush. The biggest gold rush was our skin. And that was in Europe and in America. So here's the thing. If you do not have the skills, you cannot be a part of this conversation. This is not about no game or who's being smart. I do this because it affects black people's lives. Not just here in America, but all over the world. Because the fact of the matter is, yes, Europe ended, not Europe, Great Britain ended the slave trade, right? And tried to end the human trafficking trade. However, America continued the human trafficking trade, so we study the dynamics between those. If we are going to get any reparations or any redress, we have to be experts. We have to make our arguments plausible. They have to be factual. They have to be detailed. Otherwise, we will not have it. All this thing about they sold us, they stole us, they owe us, all of that is conclusionary. It's labels. It doesn't hold up in court. We need our young people to pursue these high degrees in science and in law and in technology, not because of the pay, but because your children's lives depend on it. So all we're doing here is engaging people in these conversations to wake up their mind instead of waking up their pleasure centers. You know, the pleasure centers is not that important, because if we blink our eyes, we can be back on the slave ships. So, oh shoot, my boss is just
Don't listen to what this guy's saying, man.
My boss just come in.
Dr. Reggie in the building.
And we're happy to work with him, because his channel is not just a big channel, it's a big black channel that brings us across the waters to meet each other, so that we can build. So, People versus, that's what we do here. Black News 102 is Brother Reggie versus everybody, right? But I don't do it because of ego. I do it just to raise questions in the style. And listen, I don't always win. I win quite a lot, but I don't always win. And I learned through the conversation. But I have met some incredible young black people, and some and many from Black Britannia. So be proud of yourselves, right? Be very, very proud of yourselves. And we love you. We love to see you. One day I'd like to tour the British Museum. I have been to the Metropolitan Museum. I have been to the Film Museum. I have been to the Boston Museum. I have been to several museums. One of the things I would like to do is the British Museum. Because one of the things is funny, right? What we have found is what they have hidden is Paramount Rules, Book of the Dead. Or women. Did you believe that? They talk about the Book of the Dead, Wallace Budge, Annie, but they never talk about the Book of the Dead for women. Key to this, key to our salvation is the salvation of the black woman. Our fight has to prove women. I was born from a woman's womb. People do not understand. There's no temple of man. It's a temple of woman. What do I mean by that? To be educated, to be born, you're born in the womb.
No cowardly, punctified leader will lead this new generation of young black men and women. Your day of leading them is finished.